Hi everybody, Holly King. It's Friday, it's about 9 a.m. and I am about to start my business day. And so feeling pretty good considering all things. So as y'all well know, one of my favorite things to say is teacher's always the student. And so even though it is Friday, August the 7th, 2020, it's also time for me to do some yoga. So before I get on some of my business calls and go to work and work on my beautiful clients, and actually get to have lunch with my son today if he doesn't stand me up, like it's an exciting day. And so I got up, curled my hair, set my sacred space, put out my mat and said, I'm stiff, I need to do some yoga before I start my day. So here we are. All right, so I'm just gonna go through a natural practice for myself, since this obviously is my yoga practice as well. And if you're not in a space where you could actually do this as you're starting to watch this video, come back to it later. So that's why I'm recording it. So anyway, all right, so today is Friday. It is August the 7th, 2020. Other videos say COVID diaries, but yeah, we knew that, right? I'm standing on my mat in my room. I put on some light music, put some nice aromatherapy on. When I get to a different point in my practice, I'm going to pull some essential oils, and we're going to talk about grounding with essential oils. So grounding with Tadasana, feet flat on the floor. There's a lot going on in our world, and so for the next, say, 10 minutes or so before I have to be out on my next virtual adventure, I'm going to ask you to just come into a sacred space with me and see if you can find your breath. So I know that for me in this self-care practice, and typically every morning I wake up and I've got tightness in my throat chakra and in my heart chakra. And so from someone who lives a self-awareness life, very self-aware, I know that it is a daily manifestation of what we would call anxiety. Now, I wake up each and every day. We really need to learn to ground in our morning practices before we go to work. What does that mean? Work is different for each and every person on the planet, but for me, I'm self-employed, so work for me typically doesn't stop, and that's because I have created my business from my practice. And my practice for my personal business, so self-employed, right? But it's very difficult as you move through society. It's very difficult to sustain a self-care practice when you're self-employed because you have to pay the bills, right? So you have to engage in the root chakra and ground in order to, provide. Provide for yourself, provide for your family, provide for community, wherever the resources are, whatever that means for you. So I get a lot of anxiety at times for a lot of the changes and the ways that I've had my relationship with money. And so providing for myself and providing for my family, my children, so my significant others that provide back for me at times. It's been a challenge, and so here we are in the midst of a global pandemic, and I'm finding myself waking up each and every day tight in the heart. I think a lot of it stems from social media and creative, the way that our world is creating chaos for our input, right, our minds. And as I watch the destruction unfold in my own city, town, from where I'm from, We call it a town, although we're a pretty big city. But it creates a fear and anxiety in me as a woman. But I'm learning as a Reiki master to start to really dig deeper into the core of who I am, what I'm doing, what I'm about, and how I can shift my business practices that are typically physical in nature into an online portal. Because the truth is, I can reach a greater audience through technology than I can in a 4-room, 1-wall setting. So as a yoga teacher, it's up to me to share with you the practices that have helped me develop a universal mind of love. Because that's really what this is about. So if you finally have said, you know what, you've convinced me, Holly, let me close my eyes, put my hands together in front of my heart, take a nice deep breath in, exhale, and close the eyes and soften the hips. Welcome to Tadasana, mountain pose. As human beings on this rapidly spinning planet, we could stay here and breathe in Tadasana, making simple little adjustments to our sacrum and our pelvic bowl. We could stay here all day if we had the discipline. And as a Reiki master, when I teach my level 1 students about placing the hands at heart center and the thumbs are against their sternum, we call this movement Gassho. Moving up to the third eye, Raiho, and then moving on up into space. It's nice to take a big breath in, being aware of your surroundings, lifting up out of the belly. Exhale, just forward fold by bending the knees. Wow, how tight is she? Let the shoulders roll over. I'm going to step back on my mat, curling my toes under, coming into a high plank. Now, already I feel the tightness in my feet because last night I had leg cramps and they were a bitch. Ask Gregory. But I was mindful that I had a little too much sugar yesterday. And so it's time for a foot detox because a lot of that lymphatic system flows down into our shins. And so when we eat sugar, aka chocolate, it tends to pond in our ankles at night. And so the lymphatic system can't quite get the gunk back up to the digestion, which our liver kicks on at night in Ayurvedic medicine. So anyway, my legs said, hey, don't do that again, and decided to cramp up on me. And so my feet and my plantar are very tight. However, this little bit of practice here, coming into crescent, into warrior 2, saying hello with a reverse warrior and back down is really helping me move that chi through said body. Already feel the throat chakra opening up wide. So we're gonna go ahead and extend, maybe do a little scorpion. Inhale up, exhale, bringing my foot through into runner's lunge, helping it because it's really tight. Coming into crescent. And breathing, pressing that heel down into the back of the mat as I smile and go, yeah, I'm tight. Inhaling up, reaching. Exhaling down onto my mat. Coming back into plank. Pressing into Adho Mukha Savasana. Rolling down to my knees. And coming into Bhujangasana, which is Cobra. Feel that exhale. Low back says hello. Breathing deep, lifting in the chest. And as I exhale, I'm just going to come up into puppy. So I'm going to bring my knees under me because just that little bit of motion has got me ready to just stretch that low back. Tight this morning. Breathing into the scapulas and the shoulder blades, stretching, making the fingers like a little tent, pushing myself back. And then because I know I consistently need adductor work, I'm going to come down into child's pose. Oh, feeling all of that in the inner adductors here. Oh, Mother Mary of Jesus. Inhale, breath. Exhale to feel that stretch in that internal area. Carrying that root chakra and that sacral chakra into space. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to walk my hands back up. And as I exhale, for those of you that have ever taken a yoga class with me, know, dun dun dun, toe squats. So I've rolled my toes under, I'm coming up. Let me slide up a little bit here so you can see. These toes are under, this is so special. You see me smiling, right? All right, I'm going to take a big inhale. And as I exhale, as the toes are curled under, I'm going to just sit back using stability in the core and slowly sit back on my toes. This is such a special pose. Opening up the backs of the feet and the plantar. I can even bring my hands around and gently cut my heels for stability. If I press my fingers into my feet, I can feel that plantar ligament just screaming. I'm on my feet a lot, as are many of us. I'm going to bring my hands out in front, sink a little deeper. I'm going to start to close down this particular practice because duty calls. But as I bring my hands together and just pray for our city and our people, my own body and healing, and feel my throat chakra and my heart and my solar plexus are a little bit stronger. And I'll be ready for set screen. So, looking outside at the house across the street and the beautiful, beautiful red flowers on big bush over there. If that's a bush or a tree. Tomato, tomato. Taking a nice inhale. As I exhale to start my day, 5-minute warning for my next adventure. OMG, now I know why I had leg cramps last night. Oh, so tight. I'm gonna stretch those hamstrings out one more time. Oh, opening up the backs of the legs, loosening the neck, bringing the shoulders away from the ears, and I am gonna walk my way to the top of my mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, fingers pointing down. Exhale, forward fold. I'm going to bend in my knees, pop. Inhale, I'm going to come all the way up mindfully. Reaching to the ceiling and stars. Hello, aliens. Exhale, down. And I am going to enjoy my day. So, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you'd like a session online, it's completely available to you at www.thereikistation.com. You can also email me at thereikistation.com if you want to learn more about virtual online classes as we shift into autumn. So, much love. Live the dream. We'll see you later. Okay.